Set for tip-off, the Sooners wear their white uniform tops and pants with the pink numerals and trim. And the breast cancer survivors will be honored at halftime at a very special night at the Lloyd Noble Center. Bears clad in the green uniform tops and pants, the yellow numerals and trim. Referee Jenna Cross into the center court jump circle. Dariana Littlepage-Buggs for Baylor, and Peyton Verhulst taps that one all the way out of bounds. It will be Baylor basketball.
Sooners love to zone that thing up and make you throw it over the top, Chad.
Jada Walker guarded tightly there by Lexi Keys, a real defensive tone setter for Oklahoma. Shot clock plays down to 10. Walker got a screen from Littlepage-Buggs. And a three from the right wing, skims across the rim and no good out of the hands of Asia Blackwell. The Oklahoma starting lineup is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Skylar Vann certainly going to be in the conversation. J.J. Quinterly as well in West Virginia for Big 12 Player of the Year. Lexi Keys really playing well. And Nevaeh Todd has just been so steady, leading the Big 12 in assist-to-turnover ratio since conference play started.
Tell you what, Chad, talking about Nevaeh, you're talking 10 assists, 0 turnovers, 9 assists, 1. Definitely going to be leading the league if you're doing that.
Sooners turn it over. We look at the Baylor starting lineup. Dariana Littlepage-Buggs is from the Oklahoma City, Edmond area. Lots of family and friends on hand to watch her. We talk Andrews and the two Kentucky transfers in Walker and Edwards in the starting line.
And she was kind of a one-person zone right there.
Walker, the step through, count the bucket. There's Nicki Collen in her third season as the head coach in Waco. She said the win over West Virginia, which was a big one, no doubt, was their best focus. Verhulst with Littlepage-Buggs. She got a little screen. She made 6 threes in the win at Iowa State over the weekend, but misses that one. Vann gets a second shot, and the rebound to Blackwell. She's fouled by Beatrice Culleton. And Sooner head coach Jenny Baranczyk has loved the way that her team has gone on the road the last 2 weekends and been very poised. But she said they don't talk about winning streaks. They don't talk about conference championships. They just talk about business speak.
Chad, it's like we talked before the game, kind of like a no-hitter. You don't talk about that. The next game is the most important game, and that's tonight.
Beatrice Culleton has entered the lineup for Oklahoma early. Here's Keys for 3, and she rinses it from the corner pocket. Littlepage-Buggs attacks, misses the runner, and there's Beatrice Culleton, who's really played well lately for Oklahoma. And a whistle inside. Blackwell running along with Vann, kind of trailing the play.
The plan was just so good that coach had to leave her in. And she got a lot of work done in those 25 minutes, and that's why she gets the early nod tonight, stepping in.
Wide open look for Verhulst. Way off the mark. But it bounces right to Keys for a Sooner reset. Fortunate bounce there, and it winds up with Vann, who deposits it.
Fortuitous bounce would be a way to put that, Chad. You are right when you said that. But sometimes, you know what? Look what I found. And that time, the Sooners on the good end of that one.
Blackwell a little short with that free try. A run out here for Todd. Speeding back the other way. Culleton runs the floor. A little ball fake and finishes it. And Oklahoma's got a 7-0 early run here.
Zipper right here. They love this wide pin down, trying to get Edwards that ball in rhythm.
Edwards in rhythm, but off the mark. And into the hands of Keys. Todd outruns everybody to the window and in, and Baylor will take a timeout. Nicki Collen told us earlier, transition defense, that's the #1 key when you face Oklahoma. And just so memorable to see those tributes on the video board as well tonight.
It really is, and cancer's something that touches every last one of us, and just a great event and great cause, you know, Chad.
I want to say the best to Carol Livingston, Sooner administrator, and there's the Hall of Famer, Sherry Cole, right there. Good to see her tonight, always at the forefront of the Breast Cancer Awareness Nights, close friends with the late, great Kay Yao, and integral part of the Kay Yao Foundation. Herself was on that board for several years. Good to have Coach Cole, the Hall of Famer, tonight. Kirsten Johnson angles one up and in, and Oklahoma's on an 11-0 run.
AJ with the left hand over the right shoulder, and she's just so athletic and so active. She brings so much off that Sooner bench.
There's a big bucket for Yaya Felder coming off the bench. She's been important. Her 24th made 3 this year.
Yaya is instant offense. She comes in, just was going to say, I don't know if you saw that, KJ trying to go for 3-point shot number 2 on the season.
Yes.
She's like that Coke I drank before the game, you know, to gives you that juice. She does that for the Sooners.
Yeah, that's a risk-reward situation, my friend. The crash, the downfall is not great.
Talk to my wife about 2 or 3 hours from now. She might tell you the same.
Edwards rims that one in. So Baylor able to string together the 3 and 2 more and get right back within 5. Top off the mark with her 3, and Little Paige Buggs, who had 17 rebounds against Oklahoma last year down in Waco, garners that one. There's Felder. Somehow shoveled that one up, and the English first and second in the Big 12 in assist-to-turnover ratio. Part of that is the 2 point guards pretty good at it. And as I say that, a turnover. Kennedy Tucker tosses it right to Fauntleroy.
Well, they don't have an announcer's jinx on turnovers, do they, Jack?
It works in many areas.
That has been part of the Sooners. They just run their own. They've been taking such better care of the ball. You couple that with the defense they played, and you get on a run like they are.
Nice little roll to the bucket by Edwards. And here's Baylor back within 1.
Great pocket pass there by Van Geitenbeek, though. Really good job, and she's a pass-first point guard that loves to pass that rock.
9-0 run for the Bears over the last minute 50. See where Oklahoma goes with Van not out there. Johnson, foul line.
Charlie, 16, 17 foot is her comfort zone, and that looked very comfortable. Van Geitenbeek, they call that Steve Nash. You dribble under the basket, you keep your bounce poised, head and eyes up, good job.
And Edwards, both top 6 in the country in assists per game. And Scott has entered the Oklahoma lineup. Beautiful dump down that time. Verhulst to Johnson.
Verhulst just so good.
Shovel it inside. Edwards finally gathered it, but missed it. And Verhulst has the rebound, and then that's the old foul that you can live without if you're Nicki Collen, as Edwards, a little frustration.
You miss that layup, you get a little down on yourself, and could probably, like you said, do without that personal foul because she's so important to this Baylor Bear team.
First on her. Johnson off the mark this time. Long rebound to Aubrey Jones.
Long shot, long rebound.
Jones 2, no, and there's Kirsten Johnson. And she's bumped down on the baseline. It'll be 2 free throws for Kirsten Johnson.
Talked about that long shot. Long shots produce long rebounds. Just the 1.3 offensive rebounds in her minutes, Chad, that is really impressive.
Kirsten Johnson splashes that one home.
A high percentage of those, but everything looked like lefty until she let it fly.
I'm telling you, that looks like a stroke that would have made more than just one career 3. And Jenny Baranczyk said, yeah, she's got that range. She just needs to find the confidence.
That is how it works. You just see a couple of them go in, and Coach Baranczyk talked about how much KJ works after practice on that 3-point shot.
Fauntleroy drops one home from the left corner.
Speaking on 3-point shots, Fauntleroy, the best pure shooter for this Baylor Bear team, and you let her get her feet and shoulders squared, she's going to make a lot of it.
There's a cashed in on 2 from downtown in this opening period. About 6 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock to close out the opening period.
Sooners getting into that action right here. Shot clock at 10, looking this high-low.
Johnson fires herself and hits another one.
You have to guard her, Chad. She is feeling good. You talked about it. That is a clean stroke.
8 opening period points off the bench for Kirsten Johnson. Little Paige Buggs wide open, and Van Geitenbeek with a great pass. We got a good one here. 2-point game at the end of the first.
So I think they are just kind of figuring their way right now, Chad. That was an open cut right there on the baseline. But I think their body movement has been better.
Tough spot underneath, and somehow Little Paige Buggs went up and converted it. Sahara Williams, Lexi Keys back in for Oklahoma. This is a top 3 that misses everything. And if this is against Skylar Van at the end of it, that'd be 2 fouls on Skylar Van.
Uh-oh.
And Oklahoma cannot afford foul trouble. Skylar Van, just 2 points. And she's going to have to go to the bench. Did we have a technical foul assessed there?
I don't think so. No, you can see it right there. There's an intensity in the air when it gets to this time of the year, Chad.
And each team has committed 2 fouls on the back ends of plays. That 3 is dropped home by Edwards, and somebody lost a shoe out there.
This is when the Sooners are at their best.
Williams got bumped from behind.
Culleton just flashing right to the high post. Sahara using her body, and just Sooners playing off of one another. That was very impressive. She was fouling everyone in the gym, probably a little more than Coach Moranchek. You'll see that ball screen on the left side. They're really slipping those right now, though.
Andrews, beautiful drop down and blocked from behind by Verhulst. She swatted it from Blackwell.
Verhulst been very aggressive on that defensive end.
Verhulst shovels it beautifully, and Johnson lays it in. The defenses have adjusted. Baylor's forced 4 Oklahoma turnovers in the last 2 minutes, and Baylor hasn't scored in 4.5 minutes.
Started out, Chad, I like to say, as a track meet, and now we've settled into a tractor pull. Let's see who can get out of this tractor pull and get moving a little quicker.
Stuck in the mud. Zahara Williams lines this one up. Active underneath, and Jada Walker plucks that rebound.
Jada Walker always has her head and eyes up.
Andrews slides into the bucket. Peyton Verhulst is back in as Kennedy Tucker exits. 3.5 to play. Feels like this is a critical moment, Pooh. Who gathers the momentum to close out the half? Might it be Oklahoma? Zahara Williams. 2.5 to play here in the opening half. Andrews got stymied by Verhulst. The follow shot underneath, too strong from Blackwell.
Tell you what, we get a chance to look at this later. Andrews is doing what a lot of Baylor's guards are doing. Rejecting those ball screens. They have a lot of side pick and rolls.
Verhulst.
She makes that first one. Be interesting to see where it goes from there, because all it takes is one, Chad.
Verhulst blocks Little Paige Bugs.
Again, you see one go in. That basket starts to get a little bigger when you're a shooter like Verhulst.
Verhulst has 2 blocked shots in this first half. There's Todd speeding to the rim and in.
Chad, we say it all the time, DCO. Defense creating offense right there. And Nevaeh Tot got out in the passing lane with great anticipation and went down and used her speed to get that transition layup.
Oklahoma's defense has held Baylor to just 1 of its last 12 from the field, but Andrews changes that with an important 3.
If you're a Sooner fan, you don't want to see that. If you're a Baylor Bear fan, that is music to you. Kind of what you would expect from 2 teams as good as these 2.
Verhulst, beautiful little pivot there, and got a friendly Lloyd Noble Center bounce.
That is just a big-time offensive move by a really good player. The defense wasn't bad, but that was just that pivot and that fake by Peyton.
Little Paige Bugs had that poked away by Tot. Keys and Tot the other way. And Oklahoma says, let's hope for the final shot. Maybe.
That's what I was going to say. Look at that coach on the floor. That's experience, though. That's when you have 100-plus assists, and you're that coach on the floor that says, you know what, let's get the last one going into the half, make sure we have the lead. I'm going to coach us. We're going to get the shot that coach wants.
Would it be that from Verhulst? Seems like a pretty high percentage.
Give Peyton the basket, but give Nevaeh all the credit for making sure they got the last one, Chad.
Oklahoma makes its final 3 from the field. Oklahoma sophomore Kirsten Johnson, she had 12 points in the first half, and she showed you the whole package.
She gave you everything, Chad. I mean, she made the high post J. We saw it finishing at the basket right there on the dump down. This was a big-time post move with the left hand over right shoulder. And I was just talking off camera that she had 7 points and 6 rebounds in 9 minutes in Ames, Iowa. So she ain't messing around, Chad.
Got the unbalanced schedule, which is really nothing you could do about that. You don't know what teams are going to look like. You can't play everybody twice in this league. You just have to deal with it.
You just can only play who they put in front of you, and you know what you have to do? Win those games.
Win them. Only meeting between these 2 teams in the regular season right here. 6-point Oklahoma advantage. For a little bit of foul trouble, Skylar Vann is back out for Oklahoma. She picked up 2 early fouls and had to sit for much of the opening half. Little Paige Bugs blocked again. Verhulst has her 3rd block, and that's the 6th for Oklahoma as a team tonight.
Verhulst has been so active.
Zahara Williams up strong and in.
That is a big-time finish. That time it was Zahara with the left hand over the right shoulder. Short clock.
5 to shoot. Tough one, and that's going to be 3 on Vann.
And tonight is Skylar's night.
She's been so steady and consistent for Oklahoma in particular in conference play, but she's the 5th leading scorer in the Big 12, headed to the bench with only 2 points and now 3 fouls. And Skylar Vann, opportunity for the Bears.
Beatrice Culleton has played unbelievable basketball. We talked about Kirsten Johnson having a career high already. So you have bodies. I talk about that buffet line. You just keep them coming.
Deep team. Oklahoma, they can go as many as 11 deep and will go 10 deep every night. Todd got open on a screen by Sahara Williams.
Icing this ball screen. You see Nevaeh jump right here trying to push it down.
Beautiful roll by Little Paige Buggs, fouled by Culleton. Culleton goes back out, having picked up her third foul. Remember, this Sooner foul trouble, but as you mentioned, they're a very, very deep team.
You know, Kirsten's playing as well as she's played this season, and you just grab her and you put her in there. And
had a 17-rebound game. Coming off a good week, she had good games against BYU and West Virginia. Had a 24-8 game against UCF, but back-to-back doubles last week. This is kind of the way she concluded last season when she was Big 12 Freshman of the Year.
Just so good, like you said, Chad.
Keys, a confident stroke.
You know what? You have some people that can't make 19 out of 34 in a shooting drill.
You're sitting next to one.
She's making them in live Big 12 action. Just kind of, like you said, in the line of fire, and caught some friendly fire there.
Shot clock down to 10 as Andrews tries to go to work. Walker, the pull-up stroke. And Little Paige Buggs had the rebound and then lost it out of bounds.
That time they looked like they were going to turn it over and ended up getting it back there.
Verhulst off the mark with that one. And yanked away by Fauntleroy. Little Paige Buggs, just a little fake to get herself free to the window.
So explosive. I mean, how quick was that? She caught it with her back to the baseline, and that quick pivot off that ball fake, and the next thing you know, she's at the rim quicker than anyone could blink and laying it in.
4 points for Dariana Little Paige Buggs. Sahara Williams knocks down that three.
Well, that is how a lot of teams are defending her. They're backing up. She's made 9. She's 9 for 55 on the year. Give her 10 with that one, and really took her time.
That was Oklahoma's largest lead before that tough baseline jumper.
And I will give Little Paige Buggs a lot of credit. She usually does a good job of that, of playing.
Verhulst's three is good. And Oklahoma getting hot from 3-point range in the second half.
Chad, I do think Peyton was open and missed a lot of them that she usually makes. And that time, she took advantage of that opening, and that's what Peyton has been doing.
Todd to Kirsten Johnson. Bucket and a foul. And Oklahoma turn a deep.
And that was a nice little no-look dime right there by Nevaeh Todd. And KJ with the left-hand finish, just picking up on the career night and doing what she's been doing since that first period.
Man, she can really get out in the open floor and push, tracking that ball like Jada Coleman running down a fly ball in center field for the national champion Oklahoma softball team.
Oh, you got a 6'4" center that runs and can outrun most point guards, Shad. And that's what she does, and Nevaeh knows that. And being the floor leader that she is, she rewarded her post player by getting out.
Bears get an open look here for Andrews. And again, she hits a big three. Did that in the first half as well.
And that is not an easy shot off that ball fake to catch it. Ball fake and then still be in rhythm enough to bang that three. But, you know, Andrews loves shooting in this building.
Yes, she does. Sahara Williams in attack mode, earning a trip to the foul line. She's had some real moments. She had 13 points and 8 rebounds in Oklahoma's road win at Texas. Jenny Baranchek said she has just worked her tail off.
Brings so much. You forget that she's a freshman. You know, she gets out at times. You have to pick freshmen up. Not her, though. She's bringing it.
The Keys is right in the hip pocket of Van Geitenbeek there. Blackwell faces up, drives it, and Johnson called for the foul. And here is Blackwell. Averaging 9 rebounds per game in Big 12 conference play. That's 4th best in the league. Her second season at Baylor, but only 8 games due to injury a season ago. Kirsten Johnson, who has a career-high 15 points off the bench. Aubrey Jones, a little look from up top, barely grazed the rim. Now the Bears want to transition quickly. And Geitenbeek's three out of the corner is good.
She is very, very capable.
5 to shoot. Where does Tot go with this one? Well, they leave her wide open for 3. She buried that.
She said, I'm going to call my own number if you're not going to guard me. And that was a miscommunication, kind of a mishap right there by the Bears. can't allow her to stay that open.
Edwards off the mark, but that was almost like a pass to Fauntleroy.
I think Edwards would tell you that was a pass right there.
And look at Johnson run the floor, beats everybody back after a made basket.
Do not blink when you play OU. You said it earlier, Chad. I mean, they just wear on you. You make one mistake in transition, they make you pay.
Fauntleroy no this time, but got her own miss and put it in.
Fauntleroy is such a skilled player.
Verhulst triggers and hits.
Could not buy one in the first half, but that rim is getting bigger right now.
Oklahoma 4 of 6 from three-point range in the second half. Handed out there for Andrews. Offensive rebound. Edwards couldn't finish it. And Verhulst is fouled. She had a 9-assist, 1-turnover game at Iowa State and a 10-assist, no-turnover game at Texas. Sahara Williams, the offensive rebound. Blocked from behind by Edwards. Tot can't find it. Still loose, and Skylar Van, no. Foul call as Van Geitenbeek came up with that one. Oklahoma over the 5-foul limit here in the period. So with 2 minutes left, Van Geitenbeek will toe the line. Try to make up a little ground without the clock running.
Tell you what, OU knows, but they know that they're in for a long one still. There's a lot of basketball. 12 minutes to go in this game. You're playing a top 25 opponent, so you know what Baylor's going to bring.
And Felder called for the foul against Tot. Both teams in the bonus, and Tot converts. Baylor's perfect, in fact, from the line. Bears are 11 of 11.
Edwards running that floor in transition rim running.
Felder off the mark with that three. Baylor tonight 6 of 17 from downtown. Sahara Williams up strong and in. 4 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bears can just about wind it all out to close out the third. Edwards an open three from up top. 6 seconds left. Tipped out by Van Geitenbeek. Oklahoma still 2.5. Sahara Williams headed toward the rim. And that'll do it for period 3. Oklahoma beginning to seize control in this matchup.
That would be a +6, which has been the magic number for the Baylor Bears. When they get out rebounded by 6 being the average, they don't win. So OU's trying to maintain that advantage.
Really doubling down on Skylar Van on the inside, and a turnover. Van Geitenbeek got a hand on that. And here comes Andrews.
Sooners running that flare screens. See if they say that was in the act or on the drive. Looks like she's going to the line to shoot two. OU talking to Coach Baranchek. You said right now you were going to have her down to 9 points. She probably would have said okay, because last year that 9 was probably about 19 or 20 some odd at this point in the game.
Andrews cashes in both. Baylor perfect at the foul line tonight. 13 of 13. Andrews really the spearhead of the attack for Baylor tonight, as usual. Look at Van up and under, and a find by Peyton Verhulst.
I was just going to say, give Skylar the credit for the basket, but Peyton Verhulst just, I mean, she is dropping dime number 7 right there and making the game easier for her teammates, and that was a nice play.
She's in triple-double territory, and she has 4 blocks.
She's flirting with it. I mean, you talk about she's taking stat stuff into a new level.
Tough fall away there, but back to the foul line. The game that she had at Iowa State, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. She's delivering again here tonight.
She is. I mean, and you think about Peyton Verhulst. She's been around. She's played in the ACC. She's been here. She knows the system, and she's getting more. I think she's just getting more and more comfortable. That is what we're witnessing, because she was here at mid-season last year, and that's making her better now as Raina Scott waltzes down Main.
Edwards. Van Geitenbeek, the lay-in.
Big time play right there by Dre Edwards. I mean, that was...
And another turnover. Look at Edwards get out in the passing lane. And she converts it. Back-to-back.
These teams are so similar now. It's just going to be a knockdown, drag-out this last 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Deep post for Van. Score it, and a foul. Second foul Make it the third on Little Page Bucks. Sahara Williams grabs an offensive rebound, and she's fouled. And that's on Little Page Bucks.
Has a knack for coming up with those offensive rebounds, though, when the Sooners really need it.
That was the night when Oklahoma upset the #2 team in the country in Kansas State. Sahara Williams knocking down another free throw. Good night for the talented McDonald's High School All-American. She has 14 points and 6 rebounds. Back to a 13-point Oklahoma lead. Van Guyton blocked by Verhulst. Her fifth.
She has invited the entire Baylor Bear team to Lloyd Noble for the old block party, Chad. Because she is all over the place right now getting those blocks.
9 blocks as a team for Oklahoma. Andrews a step back this time. Oh, goodness. Foot was on the line. It was a 2.
That was a big-time shot.
Williams can't answer. There's Van collecting another one. Might have been partially blocked. Taken by Fauntleroy. And Verhulst corrals the miss by Edwards.
This is one of those where the Sooners might, I wouldn't say use clock, but they're going to take their time and get the shot they want right here. If it comes in the first 10 seconds, like that, they'll take it.
Skipping in for the rebound comes Walker. I mean, she's not going to be deterred.
That's something I've noticed in that transition defense by Oklahoma. But we see the slip right here.
Fauntleroy and a foul.
Chasing Jada down right there. Something we talked about with Coach Baranchek is Lexi's stamina, or Lexi's how good a shape she's in, because she just can run all day long. And Coach Baranchek said that was part of their win and aims.
And Guyton with a huge 3, and suddenly Baylor's back within 6. They got a reset off the free throw miss.
Van Guyton is such a competitor. The Stanford transfer has seen the basketball played at a high level, played on that national championship team there at Stanford. And don't blink, Chad, we are in for one. Buckle your seatbelt, partner.
9-0 run.
Been a little loose with the ball, and Baylor's defense has created offense. They've made some shots. They've gotten to the line. They've just been plugging away at this thing, Chad.
Oklahoma goes to Skylar Van here. Pull up and pop off the window, and then did you hear her call it?
The bank is open at 7:46 p.m. right now in Norman, Oklahoma, and Skylar and all the Sooner fans in here will gladly take it.
That pass too tall. Fauntleroy trying to go up top. Verhulst has handled a lot of the playmaking duty tonight, and with good reason.
Well, she's doing everything. We talked about her stat stuffing.
Van coming to play, even though she hasn't played much tonight due to foul trouble.
Well, when you have an all-conference player, though, even though, like you said, she's been saddled with foul trouble for most of tonight's game, when it gets to this point in the game, they love that slip.
And another Baylor turnover.
The biggest part of the game, you say, let's just run our offense, which we see them do this all the time. When they get in this situation, they'll start running their offense through Skylar Van.
Verhulst, no. Van muscles her way in. A top 3, no good. Another Sooner rebound. Top to Johnson for the finish. And Oklahoma's back up 10.
The Sooners just relentless on that offensive glass. And here they are right here playing a 2-person game.
Edwards dives to the bucket and finishes, and exactly what you called for.
How about that? Hey, what do they say? A blind squirrel gets a nut every now and again. That's it. But too hard to figure out, was it?
Back to an 8-point game. Verhulst posting and scoring, and this time it's Van distributing.
That is 2 really good players, the 2 leading scorers right there for the Sooners. Playing a little 2-person basketball right there.
15 to shoot. Van Guyton will. It's a 3, and it's good.
She shot that one from Newcastle. That was deep right there. Van Guyton feeling really good tonight. And again, we talked about her playing basketball on a national championship team, and great leadership by a player that's been around like her.
It's her 3rd made 3 tonight. 10 to shoot. Top pivots. Johnson. And a tip out by Verhulst for the reset. Top for three. Got it.
KJ right there making plays. Activity. Missed the jump shot that would have taken her over 20.
Little Page bugs to the rim, but no. And Verhulst with another rebound. She's got 11.
Creighton Verhulst has been unbelievable tonight, Chad. That's 2 games in a row. Just a great job by Coach Baranczyk and her staff. And I can still remember sitting at home right around Christmas time thinking, man, Sooners are going to have to really get it together. And guess what?
It's the only meeting between these teams this year. Kirsten Johnson, what a night for this sophomore. Previous career high was 11, and she's got 20 now.
20 piece. Give her a 20 piece. See if she gets
all the sauces.
I was going to say, right? See if she gets the extra sauce right here. She's going to shoot it left-handed. Nope, right-handed. Even number. She figured if you're going to get a career high, let's make it even.
Shot clock is off. Baylor made it close in the 4th. They got it to a 4-point game, but Oklahoma wins a 9th consecutive contest.
Just an unbelievable job. High intensity, level game. What you expect when you have a Big 12 game against 2 ranked opponents, and it did not disappoint.